rights that wards have. Given that the dispatch article talked about stealing, physical abuse, is the problem really that these guardians just, oh, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to abuse someone? You know, how will this guide actually help cut down on those more severe instances of abuse, financially and physically?
Well, I'll start. No guide can eliminate cruelty. No guide can eliminate people who insist on doing the wrong thing. But I think what the dispatch article pointed out was there was a lack of uniformity. Most probate judges do a very good job, but uniformity is certainly not there, and the dispatch article did point out some problems connected with it. So I think you have to start with some uniformity, some agreed upon rules what a guardian is supposed to do. And quite frankly, the light that's been shown on the guardianships is a good thing. It's a good thing because not only can a guide be a deterrent in the sense that it's in black and white, there it is, but the horror stories that have been talked about and the fact that the news media is going to continue to look at the guardianship issue, I'm sure. I don't speak for news media, I assume they will. And that light shining on the subject is certainly very, very important as well. The Attorney General's office has jurisdiction in regard to, direct jurisdiction in regard to Medicaid fraud and things that would occur inside the nursing home. Local law enforcement, has jurisdiction over other crimes that might be committed. But we certainly, with our Elder Initiative in the Attorney General's office and other things that we've done, we are focused on this very, very carefully. And what we are doing is supplying support, assistance, and frankly, sometimes expertise the local community, the local law enforcement might not have. And so it is available. This is something, frankly, that is new, that we've started since I became Attorney General.
Thank you for that question, because that really strikes at the heart of what we're trying to do. And I agree with the Attorney General that this is a baseline for the beginning of accountability. As a guardian, there are legitimate questions when you have someone who absolutely cannot advocate for themselves for whatever number of reasons. There are legitimate questions ranging from, am I allowed to invest part of my ward's assets in the stock market? Can I use my ward's money to purchase a car for her? And if so, what are the limits on the use of that car? I think I've made it clear that I believe legislatively this bill is just the beginning. When we look at the statutes, the next step would be looking at the statute as it relates to removal of a guardian. What are the grounds for removal of a guardian? And without establishing the baseline through this legislation, it would make it much more difficult. I think perhaps, from my perspective, the most important part of this manual is the Ward's Bill of Rights, because it will remind the individuals that no matter if this person cannot speak, if this person is not there physically or mentally, they are still a human being. And I think many a guardian would be surprised at the rights that wards do have. The right to vote, the right to marry, the right to procreate, the right to approve or object to sterilization, the right to request an attorney to represent themselves if they believe that their rights are being somehow violated, the right to be present at all hearings relating to their guardianship, and the right to receive copies of all papers relating to their guardianship. This alone, I think, will raise guardians' awareness that regardless of the physical or mental capability of their ward, this is a person with rights. And it's my hope that this will raise accountability with regard to all of us.
Does the legislation contain any penalties if the Bill of Rights is violated?
No. I think this bill is designed to be the first step. You've got to set the standards and then follow with legislation as to what penalties, if any, arise. At this point, it would be very difficult to prosecute someone for these when there are absolutely no standards set, or those standards being up to the individual courts, which the Attorney General has pointed out there's some disparity statewide in terms of what has been done.
Jerry?
Yeah, I just wanted to comment on that question because I think